Welcome, everyone, to the second graduation call. I had the privilege of hosting yesterday's first set of calls, which was very exciting to see different kinds of projects that people are working on. In preparation for this call, I also had the chance to review about 30 videos of people who are going to be graduating today. Because our call is very short, we will not be asking you to present your talk again, but each of you will be given a chance to introduce yourself, introduce your project to rest of the cohort present today. And because this call is being recorded, this video will also go on YouTube, so more people have chance to briefly hear about your project. A lot of your videos are already uploaded on YouTube, so we have shared the link to that in the Framapat. And some of the videos are on our Google Drive, which will be maintained for about a month before we delete them. But if you change your mind and if you want us to upload them on YouTube, do let us know. I'm very excited because I had the privilege of watching all the video and learning about your work. I already started to find some connection between the work that you all are doing, but I hope that this call can facilitate that. And with that, I want to remind you that I will be calling you one by one as you have registered. So please take a moment to look at the Framapat. I will also be using chat to invite the next person so they are prepared when one person is talking. If everything's clear, can you please show me a thumbs up, or if something needs to be clarified before we kick off, do let me know. This is your chance to ask. Great, I see thumbs up. I see a lot of thumbs up. Thank you all. So our first speaker today would be Ehlam, followed by Kim Mitchell and Musana Galil. And I will continue to post these names in the chat so you are prepared. Ehlam, are you here and are you ready?
Hello, everyone. Just a brief introduction about me. I'm Ahlam Zidan, a physiotherapist and a PhD candidate in rehabilitation science at McGill University. And the title of my project that I was working on during the OLS program was Challenges and Adaptation Required to Access Digital Research Infrastructure Services among Researchers with Disabilities. During the last months, I've completed the first phase of this project, which is doing a comprehensive literature review and also involving researchers with the lived experience to understand their perspectives about the challenges they face when they are trying to use digital research infrastructure services. And now I'm preparing, actually I started the second phase, which is distributing these results and promoting to the digital research infrastructure services available by the Alliance through in online platforms like social media, and mainly I'm focused on LinkedIn and X. So having said all of this, I learned a lot from the Open Seed program, and a lot of the things that I learned was the first time I hear about them. So it was good by the end of this program to know that I added more tools to my toolkit. So I'm so grateful for that, and I wanted to thank everyone who supported me, and mainly the group members. Some of them, they helped also with answering the survey and supported me by sharing their their challenges, what they're going through, and all of that during even the program. So it was very supportive, and thank you for everyone else.
Thank you, Ehlam. Thank you so much. Our next speaker is Kim. We have Kim here. Right, so we're gonna put Kim in the end of the session. Next person is Musana.
Hello, everyone. Good morning from Vancouver. I'm Musanna Galib. I'm a PhD candidate here at University of British Columbia in mechanical engineering. And my project is about building a software mostly for computational mechanics, and computational material science, computational chemistry, this niche group of people. So basically, when AI comes into play for material science, so there are so many tools have been developing every few months, I would say. So it's very difficult to keep track all of those softwares. And someone who is new in this field, it's very difficult for them to start. So this software will help them to get the data from already existing databases, and they can start using those data for getting and solving some problems. So I already completed the first stage of building this software. Now I am working on doing some tutorial sessions and surveys. So the one thing I would mention is that I'm really happy and kind of surprised to see how many people are involved in making the science open after joining the open life science sessions, which is a good take for me. And also, it's very difficult to come up with a finished product, even though if it is open source software, there are lots of trial and errors. That's what I also learned from this journey. And I would like to thank everyone for listening to me, and wish you happy rest of the day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mazana. Just a comment on that, an idea of open science project that it can never be finished. So I'm really glad that you're keeping your project live. Right, so our next speaker is Brenda.
Hi, everyone. My name is Brenda, and I'm a master's student at McGill. My project with the Alliance is titled Building a Multiplexed Imaging Data Repository to increase accessibility for equity-seeking groups. My master's project is focused on using multiplexed imaging in cancer biology to examine different protein expression and cell interactions at a single cell level, and we do this using multiplexed imaging. But I aim to create more accessible information for members of all research communities and backgrounds by being able to integrate data into public repositories to be able to promote the sharing and use of open data. One of my main takeaways from this program was the interconnectedness of open science and equity and the ways in which I can work to accomplish this and the necessity of this junction, I guess. And for this whole process, I would like to thank my mentor, all of the OLS facilitators, and everyone in this program that helped and supported and shared their experiences with us.
Thank you, Brenda. Next is Renee. While we're switching, definitely make sure that there are space for you to leave comments for these speakers. And yeah, do show us some emojis, claps, or whatever you would like for the speakers. Renee, over to you.
Thanks. Hi, everyone. My name is Renee, and I'm a first-year PhD student at Dalhousie University in Halifax, Nova Scotia. The title of my project is Empowering Women in Environmental Sciences, Contextual Tutorials for Digital Research Infrastructure. And my vision for this project was to develop and deliver a tutorial to run an environmental model on DRAC's digital research infrastructure to make DRI more engaging, accessible, and relevant for women in the environmental sciences. And a key moment for me in this program has been sharing my project with women in my network and seeing the volume of enthusiasm and support they have for it. That was really encouraging. And I'd like to take a moment to thank everyone who supported me with this project, including my mentor, Carolina Natal de Moura, Lilwama Mulalu, Shanku Giesbrecht, Ross Dixon with AceNet, and the OLS-9 organizers and participants. I'd also like to thank DRAC for supporting this project.
Thank you, Renee. Next is Emily.
Hi, my name is Emily Storr. I'm a postdoc at McGill in the physics department. My work is in cosmology, so I work on analyzing big data sets collected from different telescopes. My project is called Advanced Research Computing Within Reach for All at McGill. So the idea behind that was that, in particular with students I mentor, the term advanced research computing and computer clusters and supercomputers all seem like they're really out of reach. You would need like some computer science background. It must be really complicated. But in reality, these tools are rather easy to use, and they can really help advance your research much more rapidly. So towards that end, I wanted to break down any barriers to accessing those resources, in particular for equity-seeking groups. So I organized a series of talks, tutorials to help hands-on with accessing these resources, and also working on conducting a survey to get a measure of the needs of the community and what their thoughts are, their impressions about advanced research computing. So towards that end, one surprising thing that happened was another member of our group also wanted to conduct such a survey at McGill. So we really got to work together, and that was fantastic. Yeah, that was really very helpful. Yeah, so in the end, I'd just like to thank all the organizers, our mentor, Aman, and members of our group, and also a lot of the other people who I got to speak with in breakout sessions, because I thought that was really useful.
Thank you, Emily. There's a question for you in the chat. Next is Faisal, and I also want to prepare Nihad, who is part of the same team as Faisal, and I'll come back to you, Nihad, after. Faisal, go ahead.
Okay. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. My name is, can you hear me? Yeah,
We hear
my
you.
name is Faisal Fadlal Moula. I'm professor of health genomics, bioinformatics, information technology, based in Ghosh Center for Genomic and Biomedical Informatics in Sudan. But because of the war, I have to move around in Ethiopia, and then because I did my postdoc in Canada, British Columbia Cancer Center 15 years ago, I have residence in Canada, Vancouver. So I'm based here now. So our project is mainly how to build a biomedical data science hub of Sudan. Meaning that after the war finished, but still with our experience in HCD, BioNet, and DSI Africa, bioinformatics and data science can be done remotely. You can be whenever you are. So we are trying using open science principle to have inclusive equity environment where health professional together with IT and biomedical scientists join together as a community and then start building this biomedical data science hub of Sudan. I would like to thank the Open Life Science staff. I know, because I am a professor, I know there is a lot of work have been done for this nice platform. I want to thank also my mentor. He's been helpful because sometimes we have to reschedule the meeting because I'm traveling around. But I think I recommend this course for anybody, and especially my student. I'm glad that he had with me, and then also because we are under the umbrella of Catalyst project. So this project will be scaled up as a proposal, and now we are principal investigator for Sudan in the Data Science Initiative Africa, and there is a round in 2026. So from next year, we start applying this project, and then we have network, we have Slack work group that we will go there and brainstorm and scale it up to fundable project. That is all. Thank you very much.
Faisal, can I confirm, are you in Montreal right now?
I'm in Vancouver. I went to Toronto to get my visa to South Africa because I'm flying to Cape Town. We are going to establish African Bioinformatics Institute. We got fund for 5 years. Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you. I've left a comment in the chat. Right. So Nihad, would you like to quickly just introduce yourself as Fazil just introduced the project already? You can also use the chat if you prefer.
Hello everyone. So my name is Nihad Sayed. I'm a PhD student based at Kush Center for Genomics and Biomedical Informatics. So yeah, thanks to my supervisor, Professor, who gave some details already. So one highlight that I would like to say is I really loved everything in the calls, the engagement and all the stuff, everyone who shared their experiences. And I would like to say thank you to everyone who's involved in this program and have a nice day, everyone.
Thank you so much, Nihad. Next is Stacy.
Hello, my name is Stacy Cornafe. I'm a PhD student at Ontario Tech University. My project was assessing the DRI needs of graduate students across 6 faculties. There's 6 faculties at my university, so we're looking at all of the research graduate students, course-based master's students, education masters and doctoral education students, and the postdoctoral fellows. Unfortunately, at this point, we have not actually done the survey. We're still waiting on the Research Ethics Board, which is taking longer than expected. But we just came back from break, so that might, hopefully we'll hear back soon, but we're going to be developing some workshops. Thank you to the organizers, and a big thank you to my mentor, Riva, for helping me go through how to make a non-code based project open source. Thank you.
Thank you, Stacy. Nishit.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Good morning from Montreal. I'm a second-year doctoral candidate at McGill University's Faculty of Law. My project deals with leveraging AI tools and neurodiversity-informed pedagogy to enhance education, including legal education. In this, I refer to the non-medical variants of neurodiversity, taking my cue from Howard Medical Schools, which says that everyone perceives information differently and that there is no right way or wrong way of doing something. Throughout the OLS journey, I've interacted with many of the leaders and collaborators. I thank them all for their inputs. The breakout rooms were really nice. And I also do want to thank Shure, who's my mentor, and she's been incredibly helpful throughout this journey. Thank you, and I look forward to developing frameworks around the topics that I deal with.
Thank you, Nishit. Tasneem.
Hi, everyone. My name is Tasneem Khan, and I'm a PhD candidate in public health at the University of Waterloo. My Alliance project is on extracting information from a set of Statistics Canada datasets to identify their EDIA potential for analyses for researchers who are interested in this work. And also, the second part is to interview researchers about their experiences of accessing StatCan data centers, including people who are immigrants, parents, and those identifying with a physical disability. And this is to contribute to the overall EDIU strategy of the Canadian Network. In the Open Science program, I've really enjoyed being part of a community of researchers with similar goals. As researchers, we work in silos, so this was something new and different. Thanks so much to OLS for organizing everything. And thanks to my mentor, Eunice, as well as my team members, including Martin Cook, for their support for the project along the way.
Thank you, Tasneem. Next is Ruben.
Hey everyone, my name is Ruben Chi. I'm a second-year master's student at the University of Toronto. I'm housed within the Department of Mechanical and Industrial Engineering. And the title of my project is Towards an Equity-Centered Open Human Factors and Usability Engineering Science. And so the vision, I think, here is really just understanding how we might advance equity in the field of human factors and usability engineering, especially through promoting open science practices. And like the overview of the main activities are hosting monthly reading groups with fellow graduate students who are interested in human factors. And within these meetings, we have a focus on open science in the current literature, And then as well as hosting a workshop with usability experts to sort of roadmap how we might facilitate data sharing within from these usability studies. And I think like a key takeaway from my experience at OLS, I was really inspired by the like global nature of the program, from like the organizers, the speakers, and the mentors, and even the participants. And I think that really added to the experience. And I feel like that's really in line with like the open science mandate. Um, and yeah, so a big thank you to my mentor, Aswati Surendran, and then my co-mentee, Shaya Novin, of course, the Digital Research Alliance, and then everyone at OLS. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Ruben. Next is Fan Wang.
Hi everyone, my name is Fan Wenmen, and my project is how we can build accessible computation tools and for inclusive training. So basically, my project is trying to, because originally we have built up two tools. One is trying to for data alignment, and then the other is how we can de-bias the data, because once you have the data, say, with like a bias data, and then like we build up a tool for different type of algorithms so that like people can de-bias the data with our tool. But the thing is like that is has like the programming barrier, which has like so we have to make that more accessible. That's the motivation of me and to join this program. For OLS, I learned a lot, and one specific thing I would like to highlight is like I appreciate like we have such a systematic and structured way to like tell people like me to know how to we can better share the data, not only for the public code but also for the for example the supporting information on how we can better organize them. This is like a really important for me for the future research. And I currently like we have built up the server, and the next step for me will be just to host the data with the computation resources with the digital research alliance. Afterwards, the long term is trying to maintain the server, keep it them being maintained, and adding new features. And the last, I would like to thank you for OLS organizing such an amazing event, which benefits a lot of my research and my personal growth. I would like to thank my mentor, Emma, and then also my PhD supervisor, my postdoc supervisor, and yeah, thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Fan Wang. Next is Sudhi.
Hello all, my name is Sudhi Sharma. I'm a postdoctoral researcher from Carleton University, Ottawa. And my project is basically about computational modeling of real world problems and using DRA and community outreach by showcasing these problems. So I have been using DRS resources for like more than 6 years now, and I have been using these tools resources for developing um, many computational models for like earthquake wave propagation, COVID spread, or solving Parkinson disease, by looking at the MRI scans of patients, diagnosing the Parkinson. So I was thinking like by showcasing these projects, I should involve undergraduate and graduate researchers in utilizing these DRA resources, and they should actually be able to know more about what kind of projects and what kind of tools they can utilize, and how they can improve in their research. So I conducted one webinar to fellow researchers from different university and from different discipline. So it was really they were really interested to know more about TRA resources and the projects, and I collected their feedback, so it was good. So now currently I'm thinking about conducting another webinar to a larger audience with giving some hands-on training on the DRA resources. So the OLS training has been very helpful, and generally we just create some repository and then just forget about it, and maybe just share it on the journals, so that we we just satisfy the editors, the reviewers. By getting this training, I was able to understand like the GitHub repo can be like a community, adding contributor guidelines, license, and it can really grow even as a community. So it was really helpful to know all the other trainings and everything which OLS has provided. So I just want to thank OLS, my mentors, and the DRAC for giving such an opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Sudhi. Next is Chika.
Hello, everyone. I'm a PhD candidate in the Sociolegal Studies Department at York University. My DRA project is No Boundaries, Accessible Digital Research Spaces for Black Female Scholars in Social Science Research. My project basically aims to empower Black female scholars with accessible research data education. So some of the ways we're doing this is through organizing workshops, creating educational resources, and facilitating a supportive online community focused on research data management. As someone who was introduced to quite a number of open science principles through this program, I will say that the impact of this program is invaluable as it influenced my project methodology. I had to revise it. I've also been able to integrate some of the learnings towards creating open educational resources. So I will say thank you to the OLS team comprising of the founders, the DRA track, team. I will say thank you to my mentor, Godwin's, to my co-mentees, Tony, Frank, and the OLS community as a whole. The support has been amazing, and the sharing of knowledge as well. I will say thank you to my doctoral supervisor and my EDIA mentor as well. And for anyone who I did not mention that has been part of this journey, just know that I am appreciative. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chika. I want to take a moment to say we have reached the half mark of this entire group. And it would be a nice chance to just take a moment to congratulate all the speakers so far for graduating, doing a wonderful job with the work that you have presented. There are lots of comments for you in the Frama pad, and I recommend that you go back and check them. There are also ideas for connection. Congratulations, all the speakers so far who have spoken have graduated formally, and we are delighted to follow your work going forward. With that, please show them some love, leave them some good comments in the chat, and we will move on to our next speaker, Chidose.
Thank you very much. My name is Chidozie Alumona, and my project title is Training Racialized Scholars and the Faculty of Health Sciences on Digital Research Infrastructure Utilization. Okay, this is the project I thought of embarking on for the DRI EDIA Champions Program. For now, I've been able to conduct about 2 workshops, and I still have more to go. And my experience has been quite inspiring and engaging, especially with the OLS team. Initially, though, I know some few things about open science. I thought maybe open science is when you publish, you make it open and all those things. But I got to understand that from the conception of the project and the execution phase, everything should be open. Again, I know the Open Canva was a good resource for me because it helped me to think critically about my work and how I would go about it. And I would like to appreciate everyone in this tract that has contributed one thing or the other. First, from my mentor, Stephen Fadanka, my PhD supervisor, and my mentee group, Ijoma and Jane, and also my participants, the people that attended the workshops, without them, I wouldn't say that the work I've done is successful. And I want to thank the OLS team for the teachings and the tutorials and everything. And one of the things I also say was I was able to create an GitHub account that made me to push some things open. So I'm grateful for everything. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chidose. Meghna.
Hi, everyone. My name is Meghna. I am a third-year PhD student at McGill University in biomedical engineering. My research is in computational biology. I create computer models to study regenerative stem cell-based biomaterials for the repair of the spinal disc. So I've been involved with, I guess, advanced research computing for quite a while, and my project is sort of born out of a passion that I've had for a long time, which is advocacy and training and mentorship for women in STEM. In particular, I feel like it's important for this field because there is still a huge gender disparity, especially with increasing academic rank, especially when you get to the PhD faculty level. And this is for a multitude of reasons, but one of the reasons has historically been that there are less resources offered, less training, less mentorship, and networking opportunities. So the goal with this was sort of targeting graduate and undergraduate students who are involved in other areas of science, but to just sort of expose them to what advanced research computing is, like what sort of careers can you have with this? How do we engage with this very powerful tool that will become increasingly important as we move forward? So my project sort of has two parts. One of them is workshops, training in very sort of high level like HPC and research data management that sort of gives students an idea of like, okay, this is how I can actually apply this to the research that I'm currently doing. And then the other part is a career panel with women in research computing that is more targeted towards upper year undergrad students, just to give people an idea of like what are the careers that you can have, and also the fact that there are, you know, many very, very awesome, cool women in research computing in like the same area or like basically around us. Yeah, so I just want to thank the OLS team, of course. It has taught me a lot that I will be using like in my own research as well moving forward about open science. And also my mentor, Laura Carter, and my co-mentee, Laura, who I was actually able to join forces with because we are both at McGill, had very similar projects, and have been able to create something really, really cool once we joined up. So that has been awesome. But yeah, thank you everyone, and have a great day moving forward.
Thank you, Meghna. Laura yesterday also gave you shout out. Thanks for being here. Next is Linda.
Hello, everyone. My name is Linda Opanachi, and I am a second-year master's student in computer science at the University of British Columbia, Carnegie. And the title of my project is Bridging the Digital Divide, Empowering Equity-Seeking Researchers with Alliance DRI Tools. I was introduced to DRI through my supervisor, and I actually used it and still using it for my thesis. The project entails actually creating training sections, workshops, Slack channel, and also other posts that could introduce individuals to how to use DRI for their projects. After doing the survey intended for the projects, I discovered there are a lot of students both at UBC and even the colleges nearby that did not have, that did not know about these tools and how they could leverage it for their projects. So through the trainings that we had at the Open Life Science, provided by the Open Life Science, I was able to, streamline my user categories, was able to make sure that my tools or my use of engagement for getting users to interact with the tools were, inclusive enough. And with that, we were able to organize the first workshop, which had a really good turnout. And currently, we are also helping about 2 to 3 students with their projects. And we hope to have success stories from this project and hopefully other workshops before the end of the GRI program. Big shout out to my mentor, and thank you, Marvika. Thank you to my supervisor, Professor Madaji. She was really instrumental, and I'm just grateful for all I've learned because I'm currently applying them to real life scenarios that concern me and the DRI project itself. Thank you very much. Bye, guys.
Thank you, Linda. Next is Shay.
Hi everyone, my name is Shay. My apologies for not having my camera on. I have a lot of camera issues today. So I'm a fourth year biomedical engineering PhD student at the University of Toronto, and my project titled Fall Prevention and Detection Solutions in Indigenous Population the whole idea was through collaboration with Indigenous institutes, elders, and community itself. We aim to integrate advanced research computing, data management, and AI into a culturally sensitive healthcare solution that can prioritize the happiness and health of Indigenous communities. And we had like two big aims through our co-creations with the community. So we first developed a sleep-caused fall detection system, which is with a vision-based system. And the other one was to explore improved solutions and recommendations for preventing slips in Indigenous communities, which is shown in the previous literature that it's way higher compared to the general population. And one of the key moments in this journey was collaborating with Indigenous community itself and the elders to ensure that our technologies respects and aligns with their cultural values. And to be very honest, what I learned was basically co-creation. So I understood that like one of the big important concepts in research is to talk with the users who are going to use that technology at the end of the day beforehand of doing the research, because initially we had some other objectives, and after developing this, like basically creating this panel of community people, we understood that, oh, okay, so we might shift like a little bit through our initial objectives, and that's why we could succeed. Otherwise, the work that we wanted to do was not that much useful for them. So we really understood that based on these, within these co-creations, we have to really find where the need is so that we can be useful. And I would like to thank a lot to my PhD supervisor, Dr. Atina Roshanfek, and other collaborators who helped and support a lot through this journey. And of course, DRI and OLS program, who taught a lot of great points, specifically Malvika and Sabrina, my mentor, that showed me a lot of new lessons. And like one of those big lessons that I learned was the power of sharing through the GitHub repository, because specifically for this research, we couldn't share the data due to the privacy and ethical considerations. But within these OLS program, I realized that, okay, that's not the whole project. Like I realized that we could still share a lot through our approaches, through our methodologies. And then this insight was done based on GitHub repository. And then this way, like this approach, like it is partial sharing, but like we are maintaining the ethical standards, but still it allows the other communities not to start from scratch. They can build like upon our experiences and technical solutions. And I guess this is very invaluable. Thank you so much for everything. And I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Shay. Someone commented on your video that we didn't know that was a problem. And in some ways, we're so grateful to each of you who all are working on specific topic that you are such an expert of, and a lot of us don't know anything about. So thank you all. Thank you, Shay. Our next speaker is Oluwatoyin.
Hi everyone, my name is Oluwatoyin and I'm a PhD student of Population Studies in Health in Lethbridge. And the topic of my project is Bridging the Gap, Increasing Equitable Access to Research Data among Graduate Women Researchers in Lethbridge. And my motivation for embarking on the project was born out of the fact that I'm very passionate about women and then increasing their inclusivity when it comes to research programs. And the project was very interesting because my aim was to equip women researchers in being able to conduct researches using the DIR tools, which I did through organizing workshops in training them about research data management. And that I was able to do. And the next phase I'm doing now is to still conduct a training and workshops on the advanced research computing, and which is going to, so I also have plans for sustainability over the time in encouraging peer-to-peer workshops and mentoring graduate women researchers. And I'm very grateful for to the OLS team. And my key moments here is getting people to share ideas and all the things we did in terms of open science principles, and being able to open my first GitHub account because I didn't have anyone before that time. And I'm so grateful to my mentor, Godwin Onwuchika, and my fellow mentees, Frank, Chidozie, and Chika, because we had times where we had times to brainstorm on how to proceed when we had challenges on embarking on our projects. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful for being part of this program, and I hope to see you sometime later. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm also smiling on Graciela and Arne are really wearing graduation hat. That makes me very happy. The next speaker is Ijoma.
Hi everyone, I'm Ijoma Itanyi, a PhD candidate in epidemiology at the University of Toronto. The title of my project is Strengthening Digital Research Infrastructure at Trillium Health Partners, Advancing Equitable Access for Racialized Researchers. My vision for this project was to advance equitable access to DRI for racialized researchers at this institution by understanding their DRI needs, providing training on DRI, and improving their awareness about DRI resources. The highlight of my OLS experience was making my project open source on GitHub. This is the first time I'm actually doing that, and I improved my skills in using GitHub. I would like to thank my OLS mentor, Stefan Fadanka, and my co-mentees, Jane and Chidozie, my academic supervisor, Laura Rosella, my EDIA mentor, Ibikun Abejirinde, the OLS team, facilitators, especially Malvika, the OLS-9 Cohort, and Digital Research Alliance of Canada for supporting my project. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, Ijoma. Next is Islam.
Hello, everyone. My name is Islam Matar, and I'm a Master of Science and Applied Science student at St. Mary's University, Nova Scotia, Canada. And my project is titled Chemderful. The vision of my project is building a community of neurodiverse molecular modelers who can work together to re-envision chemical education through molecular modeling resources, which is open and that can be used by educators and learners worldwide. I believe that chemistry is really beautiful, and a lot of students do not get to enjoy the beauty of chemistry because of the way that it's usually taught. And especially for neurodiverse students, the 2D flattened structures of chemicals compounds isn't really the best way to educate those beautiful building blocks of the universe. So if you're passionate about chemistry and you wish to contribute to chemical education, please, you are more than welcome. We're happy for your contributions. And I wish to thank everyone for this wonderful opportunity. Thank you so much for the Open Life Sciences program for this wonderful training opportunity. Thank you for the Digital Research Alliance, and a special thank you for my mentor, Sarah Villa for bearing with me throughout the program and for supporting me and always being so encouraging. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Islam. Next with the graduation hat is Arne.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Yeah, my name is Arnie, and I'm so excited with our graduation today. See, the problem with that's why I'm doing this research is that the students with physical disabilities like me, who's on a power wheelchair with limited use of all hands and feet, were not able to participate fully in our pursuits for academic education in post-secondary schools, let alone completing a high school diploma because of the barriers we faced every day. You know, inadequate public transport, the doors without power buttons, even the classrooms, they don't have a place for us. For someone on a wheelchair, nor even people with vision and hearing impairments. So how can we achieve this? So we are leveraging on using AI in object detection, so we can detect those barriers. So another term for that is computer vision. So methods are, first, we're going to build data sets, physical barriers and landmarks. And our pilot study is my University of Alberta. And so we're going to annotate the images manually so that we can do supervised learning, and we conducted campaign events, and students and other participants can, use their mobile phones to capture the doors, the stairs, the handrails. And then I myself, we have to normalize the pictures to designated pixels, and we do that using manual, Photoshop, Label Studio, and then we convert them to JSON formats. So the method 2 is using deep learning to analyze and predict outcomes. But the primary purpose is to build the data sets and to put it in open source collaboration. So I had a chance to use the database management and planning tool, the advanced research computing that digital research is allowed to do. And then outcomes are, so we're going to do that. There's open source repository. And then we have an app. So those barriers will be added to the mobile app. So we created a startup company, Click and Push. And of course, the recommendations so that we can tell the policymakers on how to enhance, improve the quality of life of persons with disabilities so that we have increased employment, and then we can scale that to other schools, other cities, and other municipalities. Thank you all for allowing me to work on how to do GitHub. I've never done that before. Now I'm an expert using Canvas, DMP, Advanced Research Computing. Oh my God, thank you, Digital Research Alliance. Thank you, Malvika. Thank you, Graciel. All the OLS team. My supervisors, Martin and Mustafa. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Arne. I I need to just say this. I get to be the face of OLS, but there are so many people working in the background. So every time you call my name, I'm gonna share that glory with the rest of my team. Thank you so much, all. Next is Simplice, and Simplice, if you would like, you can speak in French. We have Gracieli and some more French speaker in the call.
I'll try to speak in English. Hello, everyone. I'm Simplice Basso. I'm a physician. I'm doing a master's degree in public health at Laval University. My project is inclusion and digital equity in research for student researchers from Southern African and the Caribbean of Laval University. It aims to improve access to digital data management skills within my community by a training program. Beyond this, it seeks to create a network to support among students to promote collaborative and inclusive research. Before taking OLS training, I had no idea about open science. This training has been very helpful as it changed how I approach research. I find the work of OLS very incredible because they are teaching how making science more accessible to everyone, especially since more scientific work requires paying to publish and access. So I would like to thank everyone who helped me make my project possible, the OLS teams, my mentor, Lisa Fabrice, my supervisor, Amélie Gougoufo, as well as User Research Alliance of Canada for their support. Thank you.
Thank you for being on time. We have a few more speakers left. Next is Mona.
Hi, everyone. My name is Mona Parizadeh. I'm a microbial ecologist and bioinformatician, also a senior postdoc at Cummings School of Medicine in University of Calgary. So right now, I'm studying gut microbiome, but in general, I study microbiome in any environment. The project I worked on is very different than what I'm doing. Its name is actually bridging gap. Apparently, we have many gaps to bridge. Bridging gaps in research computing for Canadian Persian-speaking immigrants. So we know that every year there are many international students and immigrants who come to Canada, and they're coming from different backgrounds, and sometimes people who are coming here to study, which are actually also bringing and enriching economy and innovation in Canada, they didn't have access to some kind of different trainings that we use in Canada before coming here. And this might be something that caused them a problem. So some of the reasons are gender, religious, systematic inequalities, but also it might just be because they're not English speaker, or they have just not had this kind of opportunities in their own country. So I am an Iranian Canadian scientist. In 2023, I founded an online school under International Community of Iranian Academics, ICOIA, where we are trying to have a network of different Persian-speaking students, and we offer free education and mentorship. So for this project, my aim was to identify the students from ICOIA who are residing in Canada, also the other Persian-speaking students in different universities of Canada, especially in University of Calgary, and some of them might even not be familiar with DRI, with Alliance Canada and this kind of technologies. So to first make them familiar with this and then give them some workshops, help them know how to do it, and then mentor them. And the project is actually going a bit slowly due to some funding issues, but hopefully we are going to wrap it up by the end of the time. And at the end, I'd like to thank Alliance Canada, OSL, the University of Calgary, my mentors, ICOIA, of course, and everyone who helped and supported this fantastic program that you had for us, and also my project.
Thank you so much, Mona. We have next Jonas, then Vincent and Sharon. So we have 3 more speakers. We might run a few minutes over, but I hope you can stay with us. Jonas.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jonas. I'm from a PhD student at the University of Calgary. And in working in my thesis, I'm working with water quality in the Big Stone Cree Nation's territory. And in doing this, we're getting a lot of data pertaining to their water quality and the quality of their drinking water. And so me and my supervisor have been thinking a lot about how we can share that better with them. And there was a lack of infrastructure to share that in a way that helps them to control that data. And that's really important for Indigenous lands because ultimately this is their land and their territory. And so we wanted to try and set up a data management plan for them so that we could share this data with them. They could have control with it and then also be able to share it with the people within the nation. And so I've been working on that, and that's been going fairly well, and focusing on different questions related to data management in terms of how we share it and issues that might arise with how we gain access to it and share it with different people. Yeah, and then lastly, I just wanted to thank the OLS team, my mentor, Louisa, and my supervisor. Thank you.
Thank you, Jonas. Sorry for mispronouncing your name. In the same topic, similar topic, we have next speaker, Vincent.
Hi, everyone. My name is Vincent. I'm a PhD student at McGill University in Montreal and in physics, but I've also been teaching a lot in the Cree community of Chisasibi in northern Quebec. And through those teaching opportunities, I've worked with Cree researchers in an Indigenous-led research institute in Chisasibi, that town where I taught. And for this project with this alliance, my goal was sort of to organize workshops with the researchers in that institute, the Cree researchers working there, to help them get the knowledge about digital tools that they can use for research, and more specifically for data organization, analysis, and visualization. And one thing I learned through those OLS training sessions is that like in this research institute, they're trying to combine traditional knowledge of the land with modern science, with more modern techniques of handling data. And I've discovered through the OLS trainings that this is really something that's happening everywhere in the world at the moment. And I'm going to try to convey this to the Cree researchers in Chisasibi, that they're not alone in their attempt to do science differently. And so if anyone's working on Indigenous researchers, or if they're themselves Indigenous researchers, I'd be more than happy to collaborate and hear from your projects. And again, thank you to Aman, my mentor, and all the team at OLS, Malvika and others, for the great training sessions.
Thank you, Vincent. We have one more speaker left. I hope you all can just stay for a minute. Cheon, close us off.
Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, my name is Shimon Femi. I hope you can hear me.
Yeah, you're clear. Go ahead.
Okay, so my project is talking about building a critical mass of bioinformaticians in Nigeria, and I try to use open science principles to achieve this. So this is my second time for going through the open seats, and this time around, one thing I do throughout the period is try to think about who should contribute to our projects, what are the sources and documentations that would enable us build an equitable community where all can, where all will be able to, grow effectively as a community in Nigeria and eventually contribute towards the global science space. So while thinking about this, we're able to figure out so many. I think my presentation gave so much clarity on that. So I'll use this medium to appreciate the catalyst for providing us this privilege, the open seats, and my mentor, Mavika and Tajuddin. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sharon. And that brings us to the close. Thank you all. Thank you to our also second half of our speakers. You're formally graduated. Thank you again for sharing all your work with us, for the wonderful presentation that you have shared with us. I recommend that you all reach out. As you heard, a lot of you are doing very similar work, surveying, training, connecting network of equity seeking communities. Please do connect with each other, make it a stronger community-led effort. We are very, very happy to enable any of the work after this. So once the graduation is done, doesn't mean you leave the OLS community or completely part of it forever. Reach out to us anytime. Please enjoy the glory of finishing your program. We are running the last graduation call tomorrow, where some of you who have joined today will also join. And I look forward to welcoming you back. Thank you all. Happy OLS graduation. Take care, everyone.